Hello people that in the house are doing. Today people have often asked me this question. I've often wondered about this and there's a story behind this too. Why is there so many car dealerships in Cavan? Because when you come into Cavan town, there's a good five, I suppose, dealerships coming into Cavan town. Car dealerships for different car manufacturers. And people often ask, how did they stay open? Well, I'm going to tell you the story now. So as everybody knows, Cavan people are a bit tight, sure. And I don't know how people in Cavan pay, 42,000, 50,000, 100,000 for a cow. For some cows. You can't person gets entitled to buy a litre of milk in the shop, so. And so, Jesus, 1 litre of milk has to last about 6 years. They get like, honest to God. Right, the story goes, right? Let's start the story, So, right, there's so many cow dealerships in Cavan, right? This man called Paddy Joe O'Reilly, I don't know, down in Castleblaney. Actually, no, not down in Castleblaney, that's a Monaghan. Good too. Down in good too, so Jesus Christ, so he was the Cial, he wasn't the new Cial. And people in Cavan have another fact actually, just FYI. People in Cavan have a hard habit of using the word Cial. The Cial, it's just a saying, it's a very funny kind of thing, because people always say Cial, you want the Cial, did you get a Cial? And the rest of that's funny, that's the most funniest thing about the Cavan accent, because the Cavan has Cial to save their life. And so Jesus, so he was looking for a new Cial, and he was no farmer from Couture. He was no farmer. He had millions in the bank. He has loads of land. He used to play county back in the day. And he was not much good. Because the meat people used to get in his way. And he used to be sent off. Before even anything happened. And there used to be quite kickings and goings around the county. And Jesus Christ, and he used to play county too, but Jesus, how it hassle. But long story short, he wasn't a new cow. He wasn't the new cow because he's a 1950 cow. Yeah, 1950 from the cow from the 1950s, and he pays no tax on it. And then this day, somebody from the county council went out to him and said, "You're not paying much tax on your cow. We'll have to put it up. We have to put it up for you. You've been paying €3 a month for your cow and tax and insurance." And he goes, "Yes, I never knew that." And he knew rightly but Jesus, the county council came out and they were like, you have to get a new cow and the rest of that, because this cow's out of date, it shouldn't be on the road. And she was like, fair enough then, fair enough, I go into the cow dealership and see what they have. But Jesus, he goes out to the one on the Dublin Road, and Jesus Christ. As soon as he walks in, and this is the same with every Cavan man. This is the same with every car dealership in Cavan would agree with me. As soon as any Cavan man goes into a car dealership, as soon as they get out of the car, straight away the glasses are on, looking at the prices. Then they close up their pockets, the whole lot of their pockets, and they hide their wallet. And Jesus, you couldn't get a name out of a dickle. Long story short is, the reason why car dealerships in Cavan stay open, because there's none in Meath, and people from Meath usually comes up to Cavan. But they're a bit miserable too, but still they're not as miserable as people from Cavan. So take that as a compliment, people from Meath. I'm only joking at the same time, so don't mind me. Because we all know Cavan people are a bit soft with the money, you know what I'm saying? But Jesus, he goes into the car dealership, right? He's not looking for a too expensive car, he's looking for the cheapest car going, the one that's about to fall apart at any stage. The one in the back car, most likely. He goes into the car dealership, right? He's like to the man who owns the car dealership, "These cars are very expensive. There's one there for 92,000. Where in the hell will I get a car for 92,000, sir? Where will I get 92,000 for, sir? The people in Dublin wouldn't even have that money." And the man in the car dealership said, the people in Dublin don't have it because they have to pay high property prices. But Jesus, the people in Cavan have it because they have the first set they ever got in their life. And the man was like, we have to pay tax too, and that's that. So the county council came out and told me they had to get a new car because I was only paying €3 a year a month for tax and insurance. And he said that proves my point then. But Jesus, he goes around and looks at it. And he comes to this car, and he nearly takes a stroke because it's 200,000. It's a lovely one of these new fancy cars with the big wide tyres, and it's a lovely nifty car. It gets you away from the guards, let's put it that way. And sure, Jace, he looks at it. He actually takes a heart attack looking at it. He actually takes a heart attack, and every car dealership in Cavan would agree with me. As soon as I say this, they have to call an ambulance every time they see a Cavan man coming into a car shop, a dealership to sell cars. They call an ambulance, and you can look up this. This is actually a true story. Every Cavan man, as soon as you walk into a car shop and you're looking for a new car, straight away ring up the hospital. There's a Cavan man here. There's a Cavan man looking for a car, and he's trying to buy a new car. There's something wrong here. Send an ambulance, and they usually have to send an ambulance out because my God, the prices with some of these cars, and I'm getting it worse at him. But sure, he goes in anyway. He looks at this car for 200 and something thousand. Oh my heart! And sure, Jesus Christ. He had to go to the hospital then, and sure, Jesus, and he wasn't happy because he doesn't have a medical card. He had to pay for the hospital bill. Yes, he wasn't happy with that. He wasn't happy at all. So he had to pay double. And he with a big farmland, and sure, Jesus, with the amount of money he owns a week, and sure, Jesus, the amount of money he has in his bank account, sure, Jesus, he wouldn't have to worry about a thing. But sure, Jesus, he goes back the next week after being discharged. And he's like to the person he was after talking to, the car man who owns the car dealership. He was like, them fucking whoas in the hospital would charge your arm and a leg for anything. I only got 2 meals the whole time I was there. And sure, fucking Jesus, you wouldn't see those things on the plate. And they were like, oh, sure, that's Cavan people, because you knew you have to pay for it. That's why you asked for the most smallest amount ever. And I wouldn't mind, but the hospital bill was only €5, sure. And then there was somebody there from Longford, and they paid €100 for the whole hospital visits and everything. They were there for 3 weeks, and they paid more money than that. But they know in Cavan anyway that you're a bit tight with the money, so they wouldn't really go with the bill anyway to charge you. But Jesus, he goes back to the car dealership. Jesus, he looks at this car. He goes round the back of the dealership. He says, "Is there any cheap cars going?" He says to the man, "Is there any backroom deals I can do?" And the man was like, sure, we have a few nifty cars on the back. They don't do anything, but sure, Jesus, you might as well take them. We'll see what you want, sure. Sure, Jesus, he goes round the back. There's a 1935 car, which a lovely, you have to spin it around. You have to go with the back foot and spin it. And so he's like, "Can I take that, sure, Jesus? How much is that?" Should that be only about, let me see, 220,000. It was a silence. It was a silence. There was definitely a silence anyway. And you could see his wallet just hiding behind his backside and not coming back out. And sure, Jesus, he was like, I'd rather fall down the drain pipe than pay that amount of money. And what do you think? And the best part about this fellow, who the car dealership person was, he was not from Cavan. He was actually from Roscommon. And sure, Jesus, he was like, these Roscommon people are trying to rob me stiff. And that's the Roscommon person said, I don't think even the gangsters could rob a Cavan person because you wouldn't get anything out of them. It's like trying to get blood out of a stone. And he's probably a bit right there. That's the end of that. That's the story. And so Jesus Christ, it turned out to be a big fight show. And Jesus, he hit him a slap in the nose. The Cavan man hit the car. Paddy Joe hit the man in the nose, and that wasn't very fancy. But the best thing about this, he had to go to court with it. And listen to this. He had to pay a €355,000 fine. And my God, the poor fecker. Wasn't happy days. And not that he was in the paper, that he was on the national news, that he absolutely bet the shit out of him with his stick. But so it was because he had to pay trade. The people in the news couldn't believe it. OT News was down and everything, and it's bad when you see OT News down reporting on the subject because they have nothing else bad to talk about apart from propaganda and this crap. But it's bad enough. You see, it's on the front page of every newspaper. Cavan man pays 350,000 in compensation to this man. What's the world coming to? It's the end of the world. that's what one paper says. And you might agree with it. It was the end of the world because it nearly killed him. It killed him, lad. And he never bought a bit of bread in his life then afterwards. He saved every penny he could save. And the car he got, Jesus Christ, he kept the old car and he told the council to go fuck them. So that's basically what he told them to do. And you can pay for my car. And Jesus, his poor car wouldn't. And guess what? Some brats down the road. The end of the story. Some brats down the road went up one evening and showed Jesus they made a mess of his car. And so Jesus, his car couldn't move anymore. And so Jesus, guess what he had to get? He had to get his little Honda 50. He bought a little Honda 50. And so Jesus, he was fine after that show. The only thing that happened to me fell off it and so Jesus, he ended back in the hospital and so we know the story then. He wouldn't pay for a penny. He wouldn't pay for a pound. He wouldn't pay for anything. But anyway, that's that story.